Hello, my name is Justice Pizzo. Today, hello, my name is Justice Pizzo, and today I will be presenting my final web development project WeShare submission. Firstly, I will start by cloning. Um, and then I will follow by opening the project on our VS Code. Um, And so, firstly, before showcasing the features of the application and doing the live demo, I would firstly like to run tests. Yes, so having run all my tests and seeing successful test results, I will proceed to showcase the application. So firstly, I will run our server. And then I'll refer to our local host. So within our local host, um, we will first start by um, logging in with the first student. Oh, um, for our first student, we have inside our dashboard, we have four tabs, which is our expenses, payment request sent, and payment request received, and logging out. Um, we can start by making a payment, adding a new expense, um, adding a description for example, for movies, Marvel movies, or let me say for Marvel Doomsday movie, and we can add a date for 2026 on the 30th. Um, okay, the 30th doesn't exist. The 28th, and then we can also showcase the amount the expense will require, which is about 250, and then we can submit. Let's make it maybe of the previous level. Oh yes. That was for a future date, and my mistake and expense can be only for a previous date that had happened. So we can see now that our Marvel Doomsday movie expense of 250 has been made. Um, the date, what it was, the amount spent, and yes. We can then log out and log into our second student as well. Um, we haven't made any requests to anyone, but um, we've shown that with our first student, we had a owing amount of 100 Rand, and we can choose to pay this amount, seeing our request received. We don't have any sent requests, and we can add also new expenses here on our description for lunch 8. We can add a different date of maybe the 25th of December on Christmas Day 2025. We can make we can make an amount of 120 Rand, and we can submit it as well. Um, and then we can also check if there's people that owe you, no one owes you, and then you can see we paid our submissions, and then as we log out, we can further head to our final student, whereby this was captured expense of ice cream. You're not owed anything. However, there is also a lunch date that needs to be paid for, in that is due in a day or so, and then it is owed an amount of 100 Rand, and then we can also pay that amount. Um, so this is my list of expenses. As I just recently paid the old expense of 100 Rand. And then we can maybe circle back to our our first student again. We still don't have anything owed. However, you can see payments made to the student by the first student that paid for lunch for 100 Rand, as well as the third student that paid for lunch for 100 Rand. And we can see that we do not have any unpaid expenses. Um, that will be the end of my presentation. I thank you for your time. And yes, thank you. Um, okay, goodbye.